The 2018 Really Really Longathon went on for so long into the night that I actually fell asleep during the evaluation sequence.
I lost count.
Oh, I wasn't even counting.
That would have to wait because it wasn't quite over yet.
Oh, we're at the girls. When do Rick and Cliff and the mayor come in?
They don't. They didn't make it.
The party was one person
We
short.
missed Rick and... Wait, hang on. I saw Rick and the mayor. I didn't see Cliff.
Yeah, it's just Cliff.
And out of everything, this is my favorite part of this run, because Demo and I kind of forget that we're streaming to the world, and we put all our focus into how to solve this problem.
So do you have any eggs? How far back can you go?
No, he's at like 150 at least. Oh, whoopsies. I picked the wrong file.
Did we fail? The answer is technically yes.
No. We're going back in time. We are getting in our convenient little time machine.
We definitely had the viewers in a panic as we went off script improvising to cover these miscounted variables. But to us, the problem was obvious. Not so much how to fix it, because who's memorized Cliff's schedule?
His schedule is so funky. Like, it's just too early. We're gonna go off the stream and come back and he's gonna be there.
But that's the best part of speedrunning. The kind of thing you only see in marathon runs. When things go wrong and you can't just reset and start over. We gotta use our knowledge of the game and some critical thinking to make it work. And the second time around, we got it right. Well, the pictures were in the mailbox, but then we got it right.
Oh, you didn't check the mailbox at all?
Well, I checked it in my other file and then I reset it and I didn't check it. Although I could have scared all of you by looking at the album and be like, why aren't there any photos in here? I didn't get a single photo, but I didn't do that to you.
I just wanted this thing to finally be over.
Please, God.
All right. That's it.
Even with all the stumbles, all the nervous jitters, when I turned the last page of that photo album, we were still about 2 hours ahead of the estimate. I'd never expected to get to the top of the All Photos leaderboard, so this was a redemption for me, because this was more or less the time I would have gotten in that first emulator run if I'd known that extensions weren't chickens inside, but we don't have to talk about that. Now, we all knew there was time to save. I'd made so many mistakes on that run, but none of us knew exactly how much time there was to save, and we all wanted to find out. So just as Demo and I had done nearly a year before, the three of us made a gentleman's agreement. Demo, Desert, and I worked out a time when we could all play together, and on December 29th, 2018, all three of us started a new file at the same time. Now, my game crashed within the first few minutes, if that tells you anything about how my run went, but I still beat that marathon time by about 20 minutes. I don't know how Demo did because the great Twitch deletion wiped out a lot of those old All Photos runs. But Desert had a few more tricks up his sleeve, because his run was not only the first to use the GOT spam, but it was also the first All Photos run to break the 7-hour mark, with only 3.5 minutes to spare.
There it is! Oh my god, that was stressful. Yes.
And with all the new interest in All Photos that winter, we had to create a separate channel just to keep from flooding the general chat with All Photos strategy talk. And we already had a separate channel from all those emulator discussions, and it was repurposed and renamed to the All Photos Alumni. By January, I was on the midnight shift, so I missed a lot of these early strategy discussions, but you could usually tell when something big went down the day before based on the number of Discord notifications. Now that month, Demo was on a mission to find a route that was safe for marathons, moving Maria's photo to year 2 and picking up the GOT spam. What he found instead was an oversight in the way the sprites were coded, and what would eventually become the sprite spam. Now he couldn't quite figure out how to keep man as cows, but he did post the idea in Discord in case anyone had any suggestions. And it turns out somebody did. Just give me a couple hours, Crazy Corn Dog says. And true to her word, a few hours later, we had a new way to get 3 cows for free. And come Valentine's Day, we had a whole new list of time-saving strategies. But we were all struggling to actually do a run, because routing is easy. Actually doing the route is a totally different beast. So this time, the Marathon All Photos race was more about holding each other accountable than it was about actually racing. We'll call it a race for the viewers, but we all know it's the random numbers that decide our fate. So for this race, our goal was just to finish it, regardless of time. And we knew the temptation would be there to throw in the towel early if it looked kinda sorta like we weren't gonna win. So part of the agreement for participation was that anyone who forfeit, for any reason, would have to do an 80% run, some point after the race was over. Also known as Sad Dad percent, the goal of an 80% run is to go straight to sleep every single day for 2 years until your dad shows up and tells you how disappointed he is. It takes about 45 grueling, repetitive minutes. But this way, finishing last was still preferable to not finishing at all. So my 80% time is 36:34.